How do we know that? How do we know where the sell's located? Well, it depends obviously on what the wording was we used for that particular trade. From yesterday's classroom, when we start analysing that idea, we can understand this, because when we look at this idea here, we know that on these big outside extremes, we've got the commercials, the value traders, the macro traders, the big dogs. So when we understand that these are at the extreme prices, the tops and the bottoms of ranges or the measured moves of ranges, we understand that if we give a macro read on something, which in this case was oil, and it was a macro read that oil should be trading between $97 and $100, as you well know, then of course one of the things that we understand is if I've got a macro read and it says $97, where does that macro trade get traded from? Well, the macro trade must get traded from here. It might be the bottom edge, it might be the top edge of the bracket, it might be the measured move of the bracket. We've got to be aware and able to take advantage of any of these areas here to take advantage of what is going to be a commercial sell. Bearing in mind, of course, that the commercial sell isn't at a single price, it's in an area like this, the macro sell. So when we think about this as a story, we think about the fact that we may well be bid in the short term here, but the macro sell to take us down to this price here remains in place. It's exactly what happened in oil. We managed to find a nice short-term buy opportunity, but we had this macro sell opportunity available to us. So as soon as we started to trade into that macro sell area, we got that storyline evolving. I don't see what's difficult about this. I don't see why that's contradictory to the short-term buys. We know that we can be buying and selling inside of swings as the dealers do, but we also know that there is a commercial trade narrative. The commercial trade narrative was given to you on oil. We got a top edge. You know that if the commercial trade is a big sell, you know that the oil will be a big sell at top edges. You had a top edge to deal and you had a long time to deal it. I called it well in advance for everybody to take the trade at that point. The question, I suppose, at this stage is, if you understand that and you can read, why did you not take the trade at that point? What was stopping you? Why were you not seeing the crack spread divergence? Why were you not seeing the skews? Why were you not seeing that storyline? Why did you not know that that price was a top edge? These are all the questions that, need to be answered as a trader. You need to answer them yourself. Why did I miss what turned out to be a $8,000, $9,000 trade to the downside? What was the reason why you weren't seeing what we were seeing? It's a great question, because by answering it, you uncover something about the markets. You're missing out on the big opportunities. These opportunities are not going to be around for a long time. Well, we hope these opportunities aren't going to be around for a long time, because if they are, we're in trouble, right? The markets will go back to their mundane at some stage. And you need to have banked your hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, by the time it goes back to the mundane, because you're going to start picking up 500 here and 200 there and $50 here and $50 there and another $50 there and 200 here and 100 there. We'll go back to those days, and our incomes drop significantly during those periods. So this is why we need to make sure we pick up the big money when the big money is available to us. That means big volatilities, big swings, but it also means big money. So if you didn't get that oil and you're an oil trader, you need to really investigate the question why. Can you not read? Did you not understand what macro means? If you understand what macro means and you can read, you were able to then recognize that we had a perfect macro sell top edge. It was the day high. That's when we need to deal with these macro narratives, guys.